yet another announcement by the Liberals. And Jagmeet Singh takes them to task. It does a pretty good job of this. All these announcements, it's hard to keep up.
The subsidy that we announced this morning is going to be helping thousands of small businesses right across the country with the pressures they're facing. But on supporting Canadians, that was the very first thing we did. 8 million
We'll now go over to Mr. Singh.
Provinces have called for it. Businesses have called for it. Will the Prime Minister commit today to 2 weeks at least of paid sick leave for all Canadians? Yes or no?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, on this side of the House, we very much respect areas of provincial jurisdiction, and that is why we are committed to working with the provinces to respond to needs that Canadians are facing that are within their jurisdictions. We are there to support the provinces.
We'll now go back to Mr. Singh.
The government has released their plans to help big business. Now, in that, we want to be very clear. The focus should be on maintaining, protecting, and creating jobs in Canada. Will the government fix their proposal so that money goes to workers and not to enriching CEOs?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, thousands of Canadians across this country work for large enterprises. That's why we move forward with the Large Employers Emergency Financing Facility, which will give loans with very strict conditions on executive pay, on environmental regulations, so that we are giving the help needed to Canadian workers.
The current plan allows for CEOs to get bonuses. The current plan proposed by the government allows for CEOs to increase their pay. Will the government commit that not a single cent of public money will go to enriching CEOs, that all public money will go directly to supporting jobs in Canada?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Large Employer Emergency Financing Facility will help protect Canadian jobs and help Canadian businesses weather the current economic downturn. But employers will need to show they intend to preserve employment and maintain investment activities, commit to respect collective bargaining agreements and protect workers' pensions, and require strict limits to dividends, share buybacks, and executive pay.
Mr. Singh.
Will the Prime Minister commit to fixing the proposed plan to help big businesses so that if a business hides its money in an offshore tax haven, cheating the public, it will not get help, and instead help will be directed towards people, workers, and those who need the help right now?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, directing help to workers and people who need help right now is what this government has done since the beginning of this pandemic. With the Canada Emergency Response Benefit helping over 8 million Canadians, with the wage subsidy helping millions more, we are moving forward in ways that directly help workers. The Large Enterprise Financing Facility.
We'll go back to Mr. Singh.
Currently, there is no provision in the plan that the government's announced that would stop public money going to a company that is purposefully hiding their funds.
So the Liberals say they'll get onto this fraud and all this later. Well, later's never going to come. It's pretty obvious. They're just going to let this all slide. And leave your comments below, and always have a good day.